Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick review of the Starfavor digital piano. This is a full 88 key piano. It does have the semi-weighted keys, which are really nice for your fingers. I'll do a quick demo of the sounds and a few of the other functions here in a little bit, but the piano does come with a stand that attaches nicely here. The piano itself doesn't weigh that much, which is nice. So if you're traveling or if you need to carry it from one room to another, it's fairly light. It has this traveling or a bag that you can put it in for traveling purposes, which is really great. It does come with a sustain pedal, some headphones, and a power adapter, and everything plugs in the back here. And so you have all of your different inputs and outputs here. So the headphones would plug in there. We have the power adapter right there, and then the sustain pedal plugs in there. So that's really nice and convenient. There is also a sheet holder stand right there, which is really nice. So turning this on, really simple. You just press that button and then that turns on, and then you have it set to a particular volume. And so you can start playing right away, which is really nice. And this is what it sounds like. And the other thing that I really like about it is the touch feature. So it sounds like a real piano. So if I was to press on the on one of these keys lightly, it's really quiet, right? If I wanted to have it a little bit louder, I press on it harder. Now you can turn this off. There is a touch feature right there, so you could turn that off. This way it's always gonna be loud, but I do like that you are able to adjust the volume by the pressure that you put on the key. So here it is again, very lightly and then harder, which is really cool. So you are able to set the volume here. So right there, as I'm moving that knob, you can make it quieter. So you can barely hear that. So let me make it a little bit louder. Or I can make it really loud. So that's nice. And then again, if you have the headphones, you can put those on. So if people are resting, sleeping in the house, you're not waking anyone up, and that's really convenient. And the other thing is you can set many different sounds. So instead of a piano sound, if you want something different, for example, there's a sound. There's another one, kind of like an organ. And so you can go through this, and there's quite a few of them. So there's a total of 197 sounds, and there is a manual that shows you all the different ones. So if you needed a particular sound, an organ, drums, or anything like that, you're able to choose that from the list and then navigate to it by using this dial right here. And it also does have a Bluetooth option, so you can sync this up with your phone or your iPad. So if you have some sheet music on one of those devices, you're able to connect any of those apps wirelessly, which is really nice. The one thing that I don't like is with the power, I am unable to unplug this from the outlet, and the piano should last about 10 hours. Now, I haven't tested the full 10 hours, but it's worked for a couple hours for us, no problems. But I wish there was some kind of an indicator showing how much battery is left, but right now it's not plugged into the power outlet over there, and so I can still play without any issues. But again, having some kind of an indicator for battery life would be nice. Again, we mostly just use this at home. It's usually plugged in, so we haven't had any issues. So let me do a quick demo and let you see how it sounds like. All right, so this is what it's gonna sound like with just a regular piano sound. All right, and now I'm going to play it using the sustain pedal. All right, well, that's what it sounds like. The speakers on each side do a pretty good job as far as letting you hear the sounds coming out of the digital piano, which is nice. I also really do like, and I don't know if you could see this through the camera here or not, but there's a little bit of a texture to these keys, which is really nice. It makes it a little bit easier to grip on, especially if your hands get a little bit more sweatier. Overall, though, really happy with this product. Great, especially for beginners. My daughter is loving this thing, so would definitely recommend check this one out.